All right, guys, welcome back to the Kirby's Barbecue YouTube channel. Hopefully the audio is good. You got the hood vents on, so that can make a difference sometimes. But today is preparation day, the first day of prep for the week. It is Wednesday, and we've got Super Bowl weekend this weekend. So this is going to be a very big weekend, and I am excited to be showing you guys what we're going to be doing prep-wise for the weekend. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So give me just one moment. I want to make sure this camera is set up correctly before I start. Make sure you guys can see everything. All right, looks good. Looks good. All right, perfect. So the first thing that you're going to want to do on your prep days is create a prep list. I kind of talked about this in a previous video, but I wanted to go more in depth because some people had some questions about how to know how much food to make for the weekend, or what we like to call in the restaurant business, par levels. Okay, so how much food do we need to make for our pop-up event? So first and foremost, your first one, it's going to be a little difficult to know. However, you need to kind of have some sort of baseline as to what you're going to be making, right? So in my opinion, sorry I'm walking around a bunch, I'm just trying to get everything ready. That way when I actually get started here, we don't have to fool around with anything. So you're going to need to kind of have a baseline level. For your first pop-up, I wouldn't make more than one brisket. I would probably make one brisket. I'd probably do one slab of ribs. I'd probably do some sausages, and I might do some chips and drinks. I keep it very simple for your first pop-up. But as you get going, you're going to want to scale up and start changing some things around. And the amount of food that you make is going to depend on how long you've been doing it, if you're having return customers, as well as what are the events and things going on in the area that you're doing your pop-up, right? So I am prepping for Super Bowl weekend, all right? This weekend, we got the Super Bowl. I know it's going to be very busy because of that. People are going to be out spending money on food for the game. And I also know that the past 2 weekends, we've sold out pretty much every single day. And so I have a good idea of where we're at. On Sunday, we sold out in 3 hours, very quickly. It was our fastest sellout that we've done. And so what that told me is, at the very least, on Sunday, we need to make a lot more food, especially since we sold out in 3 hours last Sunday on a normal Sunday, and this Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday, right? So we have been doing 5 briskets a weekend, and we've been selling them out. So we're actually going to be scaling up pretty big. We're going to go to 10 briskets for this weekend because of the Super Bowl and because of what we've done in the past. So that is a big jump. Doubling is a big jump. But I think we can do it given the momentum that we have, the word of mouth that we have, as well as Super Bowl. So this weekend, what we're going to be doing is adding a few items to the menu. We're going to be doing sliced brisket, pork spare ribs, sausage links. We're going to be doing whole smoked chicken wings. We're going to be doing brisket sandwiches. We're going to be doing the Tipsy Texan sandwich. We're going to be doing brisket nachos, coleslaw, and barbecue green beans. So we got quite a lot of prep to do. So we're going to go ahead and kind of get started and continue talking about the topic. So first thing I do when I come in on a prep day is create a prep list. Okay? Prep list is going to tell me what I need to get done for the day. So for today, Wednesday, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trimming the pork spare ribs. Okay, I'm going to be trimming the briskets. I'm going to be putting my seasoning mixes together so I don't have to do that on the cook days. And then I'm going to be grinding, mixing, and stuffing my house-made sausage. Okay, and then tomorrow, I'm going to be on Thursday, one day before service, I'm going to be prepping the coleslaw, the barbecue green beans. I'm going to be smoking 3 briskets for Friday service. I'm going to be slicing and bagging up pickles, onions, jalapenos, and I'm going to make the pico de gallo for the nachos. So we've got a prep list. We know what we need to get done. So there was something I was going to make a point to So we've got 9 slabs of ribs in these cryovacs. There's 3 slabs each, so we're going to be trimming 9 slabs of ribs. Okay, and I'm going to throw 2 of these back in here just to keep them cold while I'm trimming, because I am not the fastest trimmer in the world, but I'm working on it. I think sometimes I can be a little bit of a perfectionist with this, so it takes me a little while. But we're going to be trimming 9 slabs of ribs, 10 briskets. So this is going to take me quite a while. Like I said, I am not the fastest at trimming yet, but I think I overall do a pretty good job with it. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to need to prep for your events. Every single person in every area is going to be a little bit different. And one of the things when you're not super busy yet is you don't want to overwhelm yourself with too many menu items, because number one, there's no way you're possibly going to be able to sell all those, and number two, you're going to be doing a lot of prep for nothing. Okay, so this slab of ribs right here, the butcher didn't help me out at all. So what we're going to do, and this isn't a trimming video, guys, so I'm not going to get too technical, but first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off what we call the skirt on the back side of the rib. And the reason for that is we want these to lay flat on the smoker and cook evenly. So we're going to get rid of that. We don't use our rib trimmings for anything. I know some people throw it in their sausage, stuff like that, but we don't at the moment. So I'm going to clean up this kind of edge a little bit. I don't have necessarily like a ordered process of how I trim my ribs. I do have a process, but the order in which it gets done, I'm not super picky about. I kind of just go in and start cleaning up how I want to. Taking the membrane off of these. Membrane is one of those things where if you have the time and the patience to take it off, I recommend taking it off. That way you don't have that unpleasant bite. But there's other ways to do it. Some people will score it, and if you're cooking at a hot enough temperature on the smoker, after you score it, it should pretty much kind of cook, dissolve, come off on the smoker. But if you're cooking them super low and slow, probably want to take that membrane off. All right, so now we're going to take off this chine bone, and I just come right here, slice that right off. Okay, slice that right off, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look at this, and I already know this is going to burn up. I don't want to cut off too much of the rib. I want it to be a big, solid, juicy rib for presentation, but I already know anything right here on the edge is going to burn. So we're going to cut that, get rid of that. We're going to come around here, take a look at the front side, see what it's looking like. Okay, this right here, once again, gonna burn. Anything that is not all the way attached to the rib, we need to get rid of. This silver skin kind of fat up here, if you want to be able to sell this last rib, you're gonna have to trim this down a little bit. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real big fatty rib, which, to be honest, I don't mind personally. My wife hates it. She won't let me give her that rib. We'll cut off the last little baby rib, and then we're going to round our corners off so that they don't burn in the smoker. That looks nice. You guys, I think, when you're doing competition, you want to make sure that everything's looking like 100% beautiful. But when you're selling and you're trying to sell at volume, everything's not going to be perfect. But that looks pretty darn good. Could I clean this up a little bit? Yes, I could. I really could. But I don't want to cut too much off when I slice a rib for someone. With the prices that I charge, I want to make sure that rib is nice and long, big, and thick. That's what she said. And that's what it's going to be. So that's going to be the first one. yes, for you guys in the comments, I have cleaned and sanitized this prep table. All right, not just throwing it on a dirty table. So we're going to continue trimming these, but yeah, you got to get comfortable and you got to scale up slowly. You got to scale up slowly. So as an example with the pork ribs, for the last several weekends, I've been cooking 2 slabs of ribs a day, and I've been selling those 2 slabs of ribs a day. And I had people come after we had sold out on Sunday. They had came back specifically for the pork spare ribs. They said they were so good, they had to come back and get more. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything left. So this weekend, we're making 3 slabs a day and going from there. And I think it's going to be a really good weekend. I'm excited to be able to scale up a little bit, and it's a little bit of a risk money-wise, but like I said, I think given our momentum and given that it's Super Bowl weekend, I think we have an opportunity to really serve a lot of people food and make our money back on it. So that's what we're going to do. You got to take a little bit of risks, all in due time, nothing rushed. But when we're talking about how much food to make, guys, start off slow. You're not going to be a freaking rock star right off the bat. It's probably not going to happen. Okay, it doesn't really matter how good your food is because nobody knows how good it is. They have a saying in business and in marketing, it's not the best product that wins, it's the most known product that wins. So don't think just because you have a great product, you have a great brisket, you got great barbecue, things like that, that you're just automatically going to sell out or sell a bunch of food, because if people don't know you, they don't know your business, they don't know your brand, you're not going to be very busy at the beginning. It's a slow thing. We've slowly started to get repeat customers, and that's a beautiful thing. When people try your barbecue and they keep coming back for more, that's a beautiful thing. But to start with, you need to just test it. You shouldn't be going out your first couple weekends trying to make a killing, trying to make a bunch of money. You should be trying to test out your equipment, test out your recipes, test out the capabilities of your smoker, and honestly, guys, just try to break even. You always want to make sure you got profit, right? So you can take that profit into the next job. But your most important job on your first couple pop-ups is to ensure that you're not losing money. And because nobody, selling food is not fun when you're not making any money. So you want to make sure that you're pricing your food accordingly. If you want me to do a video on that, I will. I've talked about it in a live stream before, but I don't think I've made a specific video on how to price your barbecue. I can certainly do that. But yeah, if you want to learn how to do that, you let me know down below in the comment section. But as far as how much food you guys need to make, that's pretty much all I got. I'm not going to sit here and rant and ramble for no reason. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving the channel lately. We're growing like crazy. I can't wait to continue doing this and seeing exactly where YouTube will take my business. But that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.